uh, I would like to bring your attention to this matter because I am going to brief each and every of you on the implementation of the project, and also I am going to highlight some of the important matters which is regarding the anticipated challenges.
Still not good enough. Still you don't have the so that.
When implementing this project.
So that
each and every of us would be aware of the challenges. No, I'm just briefing them about the
yes. I'm just thinking. I hope all of you can pay attention to my presentation, because this project is a very visible CSR project and therefore important. Very visible.
Yes.
If it is not the very visible CSR project, you don't need to brief.
Okay, before I start further, let me just tell you, let me just brief everyone about the background of the project implementation.
Okay.
So first of all, I would like everybody to be informed that the development of 25 kilowatt micro hydro project in Long Busang will be implemented in the community-based project approach. Meaning to say, we are getting the participation from the fellow community, despite we as the coordinator, we also issue contracts to some of the local players in Belaga area to undertake the consultancy and also the construction work for the particular project.
This is how we involve the community.
This is how I think we will involve the community directly into this corporate social responsibility project.
Yes. This is different from other projects.
This is different from other projects
whereby the vendors are from outside the community.
But this time we wanted to give the priority to the local players to be part of the project implementation.
That is the difference.
Project implementation.
And this is the difference.
So that is what makes us different from this project different from other projects.
Yes, good.
So that is our unique characteristic.
I like that one. Okay.
Comparing to the rest of the companies. For example, Sarawak Energy Berhad. But like I said just now, there are a few anticipated challenges that we must be aware of.
Yes.
And especially, I would like to make known or acknowledge this to each and every of the board member herewith, because we may request for additional financial assistance or funding along the way during the project implementation.
Yes.
There are three anticipated challenges.
There are three
anticipated challenges that we in the project team have identified.
Yeah, good.
For instance, number one, the most significant one is the community acceptance and understanding about the project.
Okay.
Let me tell a bit of
eye contact. Don't just look at me. Look also to Rafa there.
Let me elaborate a little bit about it.
Yes.
Rafa.
Yes.
The community may not understand the idea of giving this 25 kilowatt micro hydro project to them. Therefore, in order for us to make sure that they have the correct understanding and they can accept this project, we have planned for a continuous communitization from the beginning of the project until the completion of the project, just to make sure that they have appropriate acceptance and understanding about the project.
Most importantly, they need to understand
that the project
is for
Let
them.
me,
Okay?
I know. This is, okay. For example, they must understand that this is a CSR project.
Yes.
We are not going to be.
We are not.
We are not going to be involved after the project with the operation and maintenance.
Good.
Because we will hand over this project upon the completion, and there will be definitely some local champions that's going to take this project upon the completion.
To operate and to maintain.
No longer under Sarawak Hydro Sdn Bhd maintenance costs.
Yes.
So that is very important.
Good.
For the information of the board of directors.
Yes.
Next is, I would like to stress on the matter of logistics.
Right.
If you are not familiar with Long Busang, I would like to brief a little bit about Long Busang. It is a kampong or an area, very outskirt, and it is very far and a distance from Bakun. So
Not good enough far distance. You must give the measurement. It is.
It will take us about, by the water transportation, 6 hours journey by express boat from our Bakun jetty to Long Busang, which is upstream, going upstream.
Yes.
Okay.
It is not accessible by road.
It is accessible by road, but it will take a longer journey comparing to water transportation.
Measurement.
Water transportation. Alternatively, we must travel from Kapit to a kampong called blah 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 blah. The kampong name.
Yeah.
And then from that kampong, it will take another 6 hours journey to Long Busang.
Yes.
So
the total journey.
The total journey is 7 to 8 hours using the log jam roads, depending on the condition of the road.
Yes.
If there is rain, heavy rain, it will take us longer journey. But if there is a sunny day and the road is dry, it will fasten our journey to Long Busang.
Correct. Good.
These are the things that I think I should make known to each and every member of boards of directors.
No, you just said about the distance.
About the distance.
And the duration of the journey. So what is the impact on cost? The logistics.
So knowing this, anticipating this, there are some solution that we have foreseen, such as we have basically identified some of the local transporters in order for us to make sure that all the construction materials are being properly transported to the transported to the site, Long Busang. Okay, so this is part of the action items that we have planned. Lastly,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We estimated that the logistic issue will increase the cost of all our material by a factor of 60%.
60% of the original cost.
Yes.
Okay. Lastly is on the material price issue. Okay. So in our team, we have various departments which involve in the project implementation.
Yeah, good.
So as a project manager, I have been discussing a lot about some of the anticipated challenges or additional costs on this project implementation. Especially, most of my discussion is with the contract and procurement team, which they have highlighted to me that the material cost for Long Busang, the area of Belaga under the JKR specification is 60% higher than the other area. Which this figure is 60%, which this figure is deemed to be higher than the other areas. So we have to allow some additional cost into the
costing.
In the costing.
Yes.
So for this one, I would like to acknowledge to the board that
inform the board
that we must make sure that we must spend the procurement or the purchases of the materials must be within the allowed budget, approved budget. But however, the project team cannot deny the possibility of requesting for additional budget from the fellow board of directors for the implementation of this project, taking into consideration the three factors that I have briefed or explained earlier, which is number one, community acceptance and understanding of the project. Number two is the logistic issue, and the third one is the material price. Therefore, I hope that this briefing give you better understanding about the implementation of this project, and in the future we will be able to obtain the support and the approval from the board of directors should there be any additional needs for the project implementation. Thank you.